Hey, another episode of Journey of a Basketball Player, episode 3. Um, this is getting down to like the last minute, the conclusion of the summertime. So far this summer I played in the Shoot the Rock basketball tournament, the Southern California Summer Pro League, and the Nike Pro City. From all three of those leagues, they're all pretty good. The tournament was pretty cool. The Summer Pro League was pretty cool. It could have been ran a little bit better, but I understand it's off of probably like a 9-year hiatus since they moved the venue to Vegas because it was the old NBA Summer League. So pretty much in a nutshell, right now guys are getting ready to go back, overseas. They're getting ready for training camp. There's a lot of people that already left yet, and the ones that haven't left yet, they're leaving pretty soon. Most of the leagues are starting up. They normally start up August. As far as preseason starts August. They might start September, October. So, there's a lot of guys that leaving and doing these tryouts as far as with the teams, for a month for the preseason, and might come back, go to another team. So, if you're a player and you want to get some recognition, man, right now it's the time to hit up teams to online or whatever you go to, man, and be seen and actually have everything ready, because that could be your job. It could be your time missing out if you don't have everything ready as far as like your passport and all the paperwork done and stuff, because when you're playing overseas, you can get a call at any time pretty much. If the team tells you to leave the next day, guess what? They need you to leave the next day. And if you're about your money and trying to get your money, and just the passion, even the passion for it, man. You're trying to play overseas and just you love it. You have everything ready to show that you love the game as much as you do. I actually got to run into a couple guys this summer. I ran into Wayne Washington. He was down here. He went to Vegas and happened to have a layover in LA. And we were supposed to do this blog together, but he didn't make it, along with my boy Kai King. He had some family business to take care of that day. But pretty much in a nutshell, he was out in Vegas, got to see the Summer League and stuff like that. He attended the Blacktop Showcase, and he told me it was a pretty good showcase as far as that, his review. He said it was a quality showcase, ran pretty well. As far as him doing the stuff in Vegas, he got to work out with some teams and pretty much, just showcase his ability. He didn't go to really a camp. He just went out there just to work out, and that's what a lot of guys do, work out for the teams and have these team owners that make the decisions, make a decision on them, and showcase their ability. And, I wish I could have did something like that this summer, but right now, I guess I didn't get the chance to. As far as the other little camps, I had another boy, Lawrence. He went to the Scores First Management Camp or something like that, and he probably did pretty good. I'm not sure on how he did. He went to a couple other camps, and maybe I get the reviews on that. But as far as the camps and stuff like that, there's some pretty good camps. In Fuego this year, I didn't attend. I should have attended, but I didn't. They actually did something new this year, which they brought in 2 teams. They brought in the San Diego Surf, and they brought in a team from Mexico that plays professionally, the Soles of Mexicali. So, those guys were scouting for people and looking for players for their team and roster. And, just to even play a full game against those teams, it would have been pretty good, as far as your resume and to see where you measure up. If you get off, you get off. That's 15 points. That's a quality team. It's an actual team that plays professionally in the league, and that's the biggest ideal, to showcase that you can play along with that talent, against that talent, and showcase your ability. In the Summer Pro League, I didn't get to do so much. My team was pretty stacked. So I wish that in the future they actually, instead of stacking so many teams up, they actually cut the teams down, probably have the maximum 10 players at least, because we had guys 12, 15, and then some teams were shorter than others and got shorthanded. So I just, I hope they run it better, a little bit better as far as that. Guys were complaining about the ball. I mean, the ball was slippery, don't get me wrong, but the ball, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't the worst ball I played with, but it wasn't the best ball I played with, So, to me, I'm like biased on the ball. I mean, it got slippery at times because, your hands are wet, but it still had pretty good grip. I mean, as far as people handling that ball, you can handle the ball, But, what else as far as much? Right now, I'm just hoping, just waiting my time away. I have to square some stuff away with my passport and get it extended, because last year I got it expedited and it was good for 1 year. So right now I got my paperwork ready, so all I have to do is just take it, and for the day they're going to extend my pages and do this and that. So it's not going to take that much, it's not going to take that long for me to do. It takes a day process, probably, even if that, couple hours, and they give me back my passport and I pick it up the next day, and I'm good for whatever the case is. Working out right now is a crucial time to work out and stay in shape and just be ready to be caught up on at any time. There's a lot of guys that I've been looking at in the news in the Eurobasket. I just seen this guy named Money Mike from the Drew League and stuff. He just signed to Russia. A couple other guys try to contact online or on Facebook, because I get connected with everybody, try to get connected with everybody, and just hear some feedback and stuff like that. So shout out to the guys that are on my Facebook page that actually hit me back and stuff like that, because there's some guys I try to add on Facebook and they have an attitude and stuff like that, and I'm like, dude, I'm just, I'm a ball player just like you. At the end of the day, the professional basketball world is small, so we're gonna probably end up running against each other. So, my whole thing is, if you did something, what's it called, and if you're not a bad MF, hey, and I run against you, man, I'm trying to take your heart out your soul, man. Like, for real. So like I said, you don't have to be a tough guy on the Facebook. You don't have to act all tough. It's all basketball. All I want to do is just add you as a friend, man. That's pretty much it. Just keep you in my extended network. And for the guys that add me, I have a couple guys that, I don't really talk to them so much, but I might drop something here and there. Like a Zach Wright. He actually plays for the Bosnian national team. He just got his Bosnian passport. Ricky Hickman, he added me. Jarrell Wright just added me. So I'm saying, like, if these guys are adding me, and you're not as far as like caliber player of them, I don't understand why you can't add me. But it is what it is. Me, I'm very approachable. That's what everybody say when they hit me. Very approachable. You can ask me anything. So if you want to add me on Facebook, just look up my name, Joshua Cuylar. It's JOSHUA CUYLAR. As far as anything else to believe, I'm just working out and just grinding, just get my conditioning on, get my legs right, trying to add a little bit of weight to me, get my upper body stronger, trying to get stronger. That's the biggest thing with me, trying to get a little bit stronger, get my quickness back. And I believe I got my quickness back, get faster, a little bit faster, get my, my speed back some, and my handle and stuff like that. So I'm just working on the little things on my game, before I go back, go overseas. And when I go overseas, I understand that when I go there to do the little training camp, like, by the time season hits, I should be great, because I'm in very good conditioning right now. So wherever I go, it's going to be a problem, I feel like, and hopefully you feel the same way, man. If you're working out, working hard, you just do your battles and go through the battles on the workout and just push through it, man. Push the limits of your body. I actually have a couple of guys that is trying to pursue basketball professionally. My boy Brandon Anderson, he's getting out the Navy and he's trying to become a professional basketball player. He's 6'6", 220, very solid. He has an NBA body already, and he has NBA skills, man. I believe he has NBA skills. He just need to be showcased right. And since he played in the Navy, that's 4 years of of being out of college that he could have played in, playing overseas. So look out for him and look out for me. I also do highlights for guys, and I'm going to start charging guys now, man. After I do this highlight for my friend, that's going to be probably much it, man. If I play for any team, even if I play minor league, I'm starting to charge guys $10 a game and $50 for a highlight, because to me, I feel like it's not serious to y'all guys, that y'all don't want to video record your own stuff. Instead, you just want to borrow your friend's stuff, and that's the wrong idea. I have so many guys, and I'm not sure if it's an LA thing, man, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on, man, where I feel like LA guys, like the ball players, if you're not in the top level of the ball players, man, like the ones that are in between, it's like there's procrastinators, there's the ballers, and like the procrastinator ballers, they get mixed up into everything. So when I ask questions, I just ask just to be truthful, man. I mean, are you doing this, are you doing that, as far as just simple little questions. But some guys, they lie to me. I play over here, oh, I'm on this agency, this and that, and whoop-de-whoop. And they don't know that I know everything that goes on in basketball, because, as far as me being a professional, you're supposed to know your craft. So you're supposed to know everything that's going on. And if you don't have an agent like myself, I know everything about the basketball business, what's going on, because I update, I look up stuff, it's on the internet, and it's all, for you. So basically, in a nutshell, I know if you're procrastinating, I know if you're lying to me or not. I had a couple guys ask this one guy what kind of shorts he had on, because I think they were from Russia, and I asked him what team he played on. He couldn't tell me the name of the team. He said he played for the team. I don't remember the name of the team. And I looked at him and looked at his skill. I was like, don't believe you. I had another guy, he told me he played on this high, had a high agency, whatever the case is. And they normally, this agency they're a well-known agency in Europe, so they place all their guys. Like, all the guys go and get placed on this agency. So they're top level. And he said and even during the lockout, they placed all their guys. So he told me he was with this agency. Come to find out, I can't find him. And, just lies. I mean, just be truthful, man. Because I will find out. I know more about you. If I heard about you, whatever the case is, I know more about you than you know about me. And that's the real honest truth. Because when guys look at me, I'm like, yeah, man, you play here, and you did this, and you did that. I mean, they already know your resume. Before you even say something like, oh, yeah, I played over here. You already know. You played there, and then you played over here. So don't try to hit me off with something, unless I don't really know you, if you're not really well known. But if you're well known, I already know. But if you're not, more power to you. If you want to lie to me, hey, just keep lying. I'm going to just keep lying. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm gonna keep it truthful, So, like I said, and I think another problem is too. This is another problem. There's too many guys depending on a friend, and I just want to get that out there. There's too many guys that depend on one particular person to help them out, and this goes a long way. Like I had a guy. He told me he lied to me for one thing, and then he told me that his friend's agent was gonna help him out. And to me, I haven't met any agent really that helps out a guy that's not really signed to his agency. You understand? So, to have that kind of pull. I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen, but normally it doesn't happen. Like 99.9% of the time, it doesn't happen. You know, and it's just too many guys. It's just too many guys. You know, they depend on one person instead of depending on themselves. You know, if you have an agent and you're not pressing on your agent, and you just think that just because you have an agent, he's supposed to do all this work for you. Okay, yeah, he's supposed to be working for you, but you're supposed to help him help you and market yourself too. So if you can contact teams while he's not contacting teams and give him some runaround, then you know, you be helping yourself out. You understand? If a team likes you and, you know, they talk about negotiations, then you can just reference to your agent. Hey, I have an agent. You can talk to him about the numbers, and y'all can figure out, you know, what's going to go on. You understand? And that's the whole thing with the agent. You know, they work for you still, but if you don't have like a top agent or whatever the case is that have major pull, then you got to help some of these guys out. You understand? Because to me, what I'm learning is, there's so many teams out there that every agency don't have every team. I mean, there's teams that you could play on that people don't even know about, but they don't know how to contact them. And I ran across the guy. He was talking to my friend Kai, and they basically came out with a system that you could talk to every team in Europe, and you pay like such and such amount of money. And my friend was asking, am I willing to do it? I'm like, no, you know, I ain't got to do it. I'd rather just research my own. And he gave you the option. You can research on your own and do whatever the case is. But, you know, the reason why I don't pay that much money for it, because, you know, he's asking for probably like almost close to $400. The reason why I don't do it is I'd rather do it by myself for free and get the whole thing, you know, done. And I already know, like, some leagues, you can't play in some leagues. So it makes no sense for me to get information and pay $400 for half the leagues that I can't play in, and they tell me, oh, we only like national players. The only national players could play in this league, or you're American but you're too short. We only like big men. So I don't, you know, me, particularly, I don't like to hear none of that stuff, man. So I'd rather avoid it. And if I could just, if I contact one team out of that league and they tell me, oh, well, we only do national players, then I know I can't play in that league. So it makes no sense for me to contact every team in that league when they're going to tell me the same thing. You can't play in this league because you're not Italian, or you're not Spanish, or you're not from France, or you're not from Greece, or you're not from Croatia, or you're not from here, you're not from there. So you can't play in this little league. You understand? And try to move us up. We got to move up first, and then you can play in it. So, like I said, to me, it makes no sense, So, I'm not saying he's taking people's money, because he did all the research, he did all the stuff, he's giving it to guys, he's just giving them an option. And, some guys are going to take it and do it. But, honestly, I just feel like I shouldn't do it. Because I can contact the teams myself, and they can tell me the same thing that they tell you. And even if you talk to the team, okay, you pay $400 for a service that you can do for free on Eurobasket. Of course, they don't have every team's contact, but still, even if you contact one team out of that whole league, you understand? There's certain ways that you can go around, like Facebook and LinkedIn.com, and there's certain, avenues. There's so many avenues nowadays that you can reach out, even on Twitter and stuff like that. You can reach out and hit people up and contact them. So to me, it's irrelevant. Technology is like so good these days. Now you don't really need too much to talk to a person. Like, everything they say is transparent. Like, you could talk to one person and it goes so far. And this guy in Japan to see your tweet, and next thing you know, okay, well, we seen your video and we like you, and why don't you come over here and you can play and do this stuff, because honestly, there's guys that could play. And this year, what's going on this year as far as guys getting deals and stuff like that is, last year was a lockout. Everybody understood that. There's a lockout. Teams were trying to get NBA guys. If they didn't get NBA guys, they really didn't sign anybody too much. this year, since last year was a lockout, many of those teams, they had a lot of guys that didn't get placed last year. So, like a dude said on Facebook that I was reading, he's an agent slash, I would say, coach. He's a coach, pretty much. Basically, he gets 30 to 50 emails a day just from players talking they could perform more on his team. And he can only take so many players a year. An agency can only take so many players. You know, they only need to have a maximum amount, because they can't, if they take so many more, they probably can't help all these players out. So they can only take so many. So basically, these agencies have stacked their agents, you know, their roster up, their player rosters up, since nobody got jobs predominantly last year. So this year they're trying to place all these guys, you know, because now it's kind of like a free market. So the market's oversaturated as far as players. So it's really going to be like play in, play out. Whoever has the best resume is probably going to get the good job, you know. And that's what it all boils down to. Now, for some of y'all that don't have a resume or a good resume, what I'm talking about, a good resume is, you know, you probably played D1 or D2, maybe All-American, have good stats, stuff like that. Probably played overseas already, or played in the D League or something like that. That can solidify you playing pro. You understand? Or you played NCAA Division 1 coming straight out of college and did pretty good. You understand? So if you're not those kind of players, the D2 players, even D2 players, I mean, I'm not gonna even say just D1. Even D2 players, D3 players, if you didn't do pretty good, man, it's gonna be kind of hard. Or if you didn't play so much last year, you played on the team but didn't play so much last year and didn't collect good stats, it's gonna carry over to this year. And that's the whole thing about being serious. If you don't have the tape and all this other stuff, because the teams, they want to see the tape, they want to see what you can do, they want to see full games, they want to see, you know, not so much highlights. I mean, you get coaches that, you know, they watch the highlight. The highlights just for attention getter. For me, it's just to catch their attention. And then if they want to see a full game, I give them the full game. You understand? I'm not going to try to get paid off of a highlight. You know, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. But the main point of the highlight is just to get their attention, so they can say, okay, well, you could play. Do you have a full game? And I'll be like, yes, I have a full game, and we can carry on to the conversation. You understand? So that's the whole thing going on. There's oversaturation with players on agencies, and everybody's trying to get placed. So, you know, to me, these agents say that we can't place you or stuff like that. And I mean, it's true in a sense, but then it's not true, because there's always an avenue around it. And like I said, hopefully this year, you know, in a couple weeks, I leave. Hopefully I get to leave and play in Europe somewhere. And I'm just waiting on the call. And right now I have no agent. Last year I had no agent. And, you know, just the help of my friend, he gave me some information and passed it on to me. And, you know, my window of opportunity, you know, that was my window of opportunity, and I stepped into it. And hopefully this year, you know, I get another window to go to to take another challenge, another step in my career of playing professionally overseas, and I don't miss out. So, you know, next year, I'm all playing for next year. Next year, I feel like if I work hard this year, I'm trying to make it a push to play in the NBA Summer League, you know? And it's a reality. It could be a reality. Because to me, it's not really too hard. I mean, as far as I see guys, they play in some good leagues, and they're not averaging that much. You know, 10, 11, 12 points. You know, they might have NBA athleticism, whatever the case is. But the NBA Summer League, I feel like I can at least sit on somebody's bench, man. You know, that's how I feel. You know, so I'm gonna work my butt off, and, you know, just try my best wherever I go, and and give it my all, man. Every time I step on the court, give it my all, and learn and, you know, progress in my game. So that's all I could do. Pretty much, that's all I could do. As far as anything else goes, I just tell guys, man, grab your future by the horns, man. Because you control your own destiny. And that's the honest truth. Like I said, man, there's too many guys that think just because they shoot a lot and do all this stuff, and they don't talk to nobody, that somebody's going to walk to a 24-hour gym, walk in, and look at them shoot and play, and then say, oh, man, you want a contract? It's not going to happen. You understand? It's really big, man. Get your resume up. Get your film up. You understand? At all these events, there's guys that didn't get the film, and you know they tape it themselves, but at the Summer Pro League, but you know they're asking an arm and a leg for something. Like a highlight was $250. I'm not gonna pay $250. I did my own highlight, and it came out pretty nice, and it was free. It was free, and I did it myself. So even if you want me to do your highlight, like I said, I'm charging $50, and it'll be like some quality stuff. You know, I do some pictures, add the pictures onto the highlight, you know, the music, everything else, and it'll be up on YouTube. And as far as, you know, just marketing yourself, just play with anything that you could do, man. I mean, there's so many leagues that's coming up, the UBA, ABA, and the minor leagues, IBL, they're starting a winter league, maybe IBA, I'm not sure if they starting a winter league also, but there's so many leagues that's going around that, you know, that you should at least try out and make a team, man. I mean, if you can't get overseas, your biggest bet is to play in a minor league team, get your stats and tape up, and then go from there. Because if you feel that you're talented, you should show your talents to everybody and never settle for less. And I feel like I'm talented, so I'm not settling for less, you know, till I get what I want. You know, I have some guys with their agents. I don't want to say too much about the agents and stuff like that, because, you know, it all goes around. But, you know, there's good agents, there's bad agents. Everybody knows this. And, you know, I know some guys, they just feel that people take them serious with an agent than not to have an agent. So, you know, that's their choice, and I'm never gonna knock their choice. But, you know, I just tell them, just, if you're gonna do that, then just work with your agent and always hound them. You know, and just keep bugging him in his ear, and do stuff yourself, man. You got to be proactive, man. Like I said, man, you have to be proactive yourself, because if you be proactive yourself, then the agent will look at that and be like, man, he's always proactive. Well, let me do something for him, because he's always talking to me. He's always, you know, trying to, you know, get up and touching me. Now, if you're doing this and keep on doing it, and your agent he's trying to avoid you every time, then that's when you have a problem. But honestly, the agent shouldn't try to avoid you. He should try to help you also, because that's what you hired him for. You understand? You hired an agent. You understand? He just chose to accept what you have. So, in a nutshell, y'all have to work with each other instead of against each other. And that's the difference between the, you know, bad agents and good agents. Good agents, they work with you and not against you. They talk to you and everything else. They tell you what's going on and everything else. You know, I heard stories where guys that, like, I asked them, I said, man, where you about to go, man? Have your agents told you where you can go? And they said, you know, yeah, my agent told me I'm gonna probably go here or here or here. And I said, well, have you talked to your agent or these teams or these countries? He's like, no. So I'm like, basically he could just tell you anything and you'll believe it. You gotta, you know, just take the proactive and initiative. You gotta be proactive and take the initiative yourself and contact some of these teams yourself, man. It's not very hard. But for some reason, for guys, it's like it seems like rocket science to them. So I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let y'all guys go. But like I said, be proactive. It's the end of the summer. It's getting to the end of the summer, and guys need jobs. So hopefully the next time I hit you back, it's probably maybe the time before I leave, or I'm probably being en route to going where I need to go. I hope y'all enjoyed the journey and the episode, and keep tuning in. But I'm out. Peace.